My best friend, Alex, was the kind of person who lived through a viewfinder. He carried his old film camera everywhere. It wasn't anything special, just a beat-up Minolta he'd found at a flea market. But to him, it was a time machine. He was obsessed with capturing moments, freezing them forever. You never know when it'll be the last time, Hugh said Dosai. I always just rolled my eyes and told him he was being dramatic. Then the accident happened. One moment he was there, laughing and adjusting his lens, and the next, he was gone. It took me months to even go into his apartment. His parents had asked me to sort through his things, and honestly, I'd been avoiding it. The place was a shrine to his passion. Stacks of photo albums, boxes of negatives, and on his desk, right where he left it, was the Minolta. My breath caught in my throat. Taped to the side was a sticky note in his familiar scroll. For Liam. Last roll. Develop it. My hands trembled as I picked it up. The last moments he ever captured. A part of me was desperate to see them, and another part was terrified. What would be on it? Would it be pictures of the sky? The city? Or would it be something that would just break my heart all over again? I put the camera in my bag, telling myself I'd deal with it later. But that night, I couldn't sleep. His note, for Liam, echoed in my mind. It felt like a final request, a last piece of him I had to hold on to. The next day I took the camera to a small, dusty photo lab downtown, the kind of place Alex would have loved. The old man behind the counter squinted at the Minolta. Haven't seen one of these in a while, he grumbled, taking the roll of film. He told me it would be ready in a week. That week was agonizing. Every time my phone buzzed, I jumped, thinking it was the lab. I kept imagining what the photos would be. Maybe it was a project he was working on, a final message hidden in the images. The suspense was eating me alive. Finally, the call came. Primera rushed, over my heart pounding a frantic rhythm against my ribs. The man handed me a thick paper envelope. Strange set of photos, he muttered. Almost all of them are of you. I was confused. I hadn't posed for Alex in ages. I thanked him, and with shaking hands, I walked to a nearby park bench before I dared to open it. I needed to see these, in the open, under the sun. I pulled out the first photo. It was me, sitting at my desk, completely engrossed in my work, my back to the camera. The lighting was dim, suggesting it was taken at night through my apartment window. A shiver went down my spine. I never knew he was there. Ten primera sa, doble italiano. In the deepest corner of the room, almost lost in the shadows, was a figure. It was blurry, indistinct, but it looked like Alex. He was just standing there, watching. I told myself it was a trick of the light, a double exposure. Alex loved to experiment. That had to be it. I moved to the second photo. This one was me in a coffee shop, laughing with a friend. It was a candid shot, a perfect Alex moment, but when I looked closer, my blood ran cold. There he was again, standing behind me, but this time he was a little closer. The image was clearer. It was undeniably Alex, wearing the same red flannel he wore on the day of the accident. He wasn't smiling. His face was just blank. My hands started to sweat. This wasn't a double exposure. This was impossible. With a growing sense of dread, I flipped through the rest. Each photo was a scene from my life over the past few months after he was gone. Me walking my dog. Me waiting for the bus. Me at the grocery store. And in every single one, Alex was there. Each picture brought him a step closer, his form becoming more solid, more defined. In one photo, taken just outside my apartment building, he was so close, I could almost make out the pattern on his shirt. His expression was still empty, his eyes fixed on the back of my head. I felt a wave of nausea. This wasn't a final project. This wasn't a loving tribute. This felt like something else entirely. Something terrifying. I scrambled through the stack, my breath coming in ragged gasps. The photos were in chronological order, a timeline of my grief, a timeline of him getting closer. The second to last photo was me, asleep in my bed. The picture was taken from the foot of my bed, and he was standing right beside it, his hand outstretched, fingers just inches from my shoulder. His face was finally in focus. It was him. But his eyes were dark, hollow voids. My heart felt like it was going to explode. I was afraid to look at the last photo, but I knew I had to. It was the final frame on his last roll. My hand was shaking so violently I could barely hold it steady. I turned it over. The photo was black, utter, complete darkness. It took me a second to understand. It wasn't a picture of anything. It was a picture asterisk from asterisk something. Then I realized the perspective. It was taken from directly behind my head, looking over my shoulder. It was the view from someone standing right behind me. A floorboard creaked in my quiet apartment. The air grew cold. I didn't dare turn around. I could feel it. A presence, the same way you can feel someone's gaze on the back of your neck. Alex always said he wanted to capture moments, to freeze them forever. I think I finally understand. He didn't just want to capture them. He wanted to be in them. Forever. I'm still sitting here. I haven't moved. The photos are scattered on the floor around me. I can hear faint, shallow breathing. It's so close. He was my best friend. And I am so scared. He never wanted to leave me, and I don't think he ever will.